And drop it in your ski song.
Alright guys, everyone's rolling. We're now done for Alright, so anyone remember how many years we've done this? 11 years we've been doing this.
There's a mic too.
This is my 5th year.
It's over there, isn't it?
Yeah, turn the music up.
Alright, so this is my 5th year hosting this. You probably account for some of the great mustache hairs my wife likes to point out. For some people here, this is the same show. We've been doing this year after year. For some people, it may be your first or second celebration of a family. Some members here are still learning exactly what it means to be a Pleasant View fireman. And for others, this is their last banquet as a current member. For those newer families with us tonight, this is a small token of our appreciation to you. Those that support us at home are the ones that make this department possible. You're the ones missing out on nights, weekends, holidays. Also, these guys can come play firemen with us. This department can never pay you back for what you lose, but we can add to your family. We can be a part of each other's lives. We can be there when you need us. We can help raise your children. And be there when you need us most. The brotherhood of the fire service stretches so far outside of the firehouse. Most you know I turned 30 this year.
Dirty.
You probably know that because of the noises I make when I stand up. Because of the curse words I yell when I drop something on the ground. Whippersnappers. And if not that, because I complain about how young everyone is now. But that got me thinking. I joined the department when I was 20 years old and had absolutely no idea what I was in for. So I wanted to compare and contrast the department a little bit today versus when I joined. So today, of the 41 personnel that we have, line personnel, average age is 29 years old, so I'm not doing too bad. And the average time of service is 5 years and 9 months. When I joined, of the 12 line personnel we had, the average age was at most 22, and the average time of service, 9 months.
Oh my God, yeah.
I've spent my entire adult life in this department. So a couple weeks ago, Hendrickson and Prithrow and I were on shift together, and we were talking with Prithrow about starting paramedic school, and Hendrickson started talking about what he was doing when he was 26 years old, just like Prithrow is now. Hendrickson was in the Army in some foreign country doing who knows what because it's all top secret. Since then, he's been here almost 7 years. He's bought 2 houses, he got married, 2 beautiful daughters, and probably a 3rd little girl. He got hired and promoted at Denver Fire Department. Since I've been 26, I live in the same house, I work the same job, still married to the same beautiful woman, but this department and the community that we serve, the firemen here, you guys are all I know. I've worked my entire adult life to help mold and push this department to where we stand tonight. Pleasant View Fire Department continually demonstrates the skill set and attitude of elite firemen. But this point in time hasn't been reached just because of one bald-headed guy with a mustache, or even 2 bald-headed guys with a mustache. Everyone in this room has made a decision. We haven't happened upon being a great fire department. It didn't happen by accident. When we go on fires, they don't go out just because we get lucky. Our movements and our mindset that we perform with are by design. Everyone here has made a decision that we want to be part of greatness and will give up ourselves to help those around us excel in this craft that we call firemanship. So that said, the psychologist named Susan Jeffries told a story that shows an inherent risk involved when people won't or choose not to make a decision. She tells a story about a donkey that stumbles upon 2 bales of hay. They both look good, they both smell good. The donkey stood in the hay for hours trying to decide which one to choose because he didn't want to miss out on the best one. So hours go by, the donkey grows hungrier, and he just does nothing. Just like the donkey, when people fail to choose, they get stuck. The firemen and their families here tonight have chosen to believe in what we're doing and made the decision to give them themselves to bear the burden of service, and to grow with one another. It's no coincidence that Pleasant View Raiders can show up 4th and 6th due in working fire, yet still pull the 1st and 2nd hose lines. It's no coincidence that when other fire departments are called to mutual aid to fire in our district, the fire's out and the surges are done before they even get on scene. It's no coincidence that a Pleasant View fireman can outstretch, outforce, and outthrow any other company around. One of the benefits of being such a small volunteer department is everyone wants to be here. If you don't want to be here, there's really not a whole lot to keep you around. But the quality of character and firemanship that our members exude here is simply unmatched. So something happened to me this year that has never happened before. West Metro Engine 6 called me on the phone, and they asked us to go through ladders with them. Never happened before. Everyone that was on shift with me literally jumped up at the chance to go through ladders with these guys. There's nothing special about the training that we did. We went through ladders, but what I remember was 2 things. Nico Elliott, who at the time had been on the department all of 4 months, compared to the 6 months he's been on now. He outthrew an engine company with the combined years of service of 110 years. The second thing was how he absolutely blew away their driver's mind by doing it, which again, was nothing special. It was simply exactly how we have prepared him to do so. There will always be naysayers to our mission here. They say the truck doesn't run a lot of calls. They say that we sleep most nights. They say that there's a protective bubble over our district. They say that we don't see enough fires. They can ask us the last time anyone around here actually made a rescue, and they can be right, until they're not. And we don't get to choose when that happens. I refuse to say that a single call will validate me, my crew, my department, my habits, or my actions. Our first fire on the nozzle, our first time extricating a lifeless child out of the car, all these and other important moments are all firsts, but those don't define us. What defines us is our commitment to do better, our commitment to train harder and be ready when we are called upon. 2 weeks ago, Maze and I were teaching Fairmount's Mini Academy for them. We weren't up there to assist them, we were there to teach them and lead the class. Fairmount has seen what Pleasant View firemen are capable of, and they're trying to be like us now. Leadom, Sagamille, Post, and Frascano were back at home doing, I have no idea what, while they were unsupervised. And then go figure, we get called to a fire in Golden. So through some expertly timed radio traffic, I was still able to get Maze and myself out of the Fairmount Training Center to the fire, but not even close to how fast the engine got. I walked away from this fire feeling proud. Proud of the hours we spent preparing, proud of what we said we would do, and proud of what we did. And when I say I was proud of what we did, me and Mace didn't do much. But a crew of Pleasant View firemen showed up 4th due to a fire, and like the predators that they've trained to become, pulled the first attack line that they put the fuck out of the fire. The good and bad things in this job don't happen by accident. Good things happen when opportunities present themselves to a prepared crew. And that is what will ultimately define us. Over the course of my career, I've discovered motivation from a huge variety of sources. I've sought out mentors from all over the country. I even flew to Portland by myself this year to go to the firemanship conference. There's just my wife at home.
With a 5-month-old, and it snowed.
A lot.
So there's something about the firemanship conference. I heard the name and I just knew they needed me there. Sometimes the motivation's harder to find than others, but it's always there waiting to be rediscovered. The truth is, you can't figure it out later. You can't wait to train better next time. When that call comes, you have no choice to be ready, no matter how many years that takes. There's an attitude of a Pleasant View fireman compared to other departments, and it's hard to describe to those that aren't a part of it. The labor of our preparations is visible to all those that see us operate. I had a battalion chief from another department who 30 years ago was a member of Pleasantview tell me that we're putting out fires better now than anyone around. I've had chiefs and training captains from other departments come up to me and tell me how good we're training our guys because they can see the labors of our preparations when Pleasantview firemen are in their academies. They tell me how refreshing it is to work with someone who truly has a passion for the job and a desire to be great at this craft. So this attitude, I've been trying to figure out how to describe it, the mindset that we operate with. And then one fireman here just told me to find it. And I can just say his name, and everyone's gonna know. Kingston. We were on an EMS call a few weeks ago, and an ambulance decided to do like a lightning tires victory lap around the parking lot that we were standing in before they went emergent to the hospital. So I'm talking to our patient's little scared teenage friend, trying to calm her down. The ambulances, they're your friends in very good hands. We have all Kingston's in the background, like, yelling at this guy, cursing him out. So I had to remind him that we probably shouldn't curse out the ambulance driver in front of the scared teenage girl. Kingston reminded me, if I wanted nice guys on the rig, I should probably go to gold. But he knows I agree with him. And whether they know it or not, so do the citizens. When their house is on fire or their family members are injured, they don't want a nice guy to step gingerly off the rig, smiling and posing. They want someone who jumps off the rig and goes to seek and destroy our enemy and save their lives and property. When our new guys come in for their first night, we have them bring their families with them. And I stand in front of their families of our newest firefighters and tell them, as of tonight, it's now my responsibility to risk the lives of your sons and husbands to save others. And I hold that responsibility in the highest regards. I don't have a death wish. I obviously want to see my beautiful kids and beautiful wife when I get home. But I know I have an obligation to do my job. There's an obligation that comes with this job that very few others have. Regardless of your preparation, that obligation doesn't change. We have to know the battlefield. We have to know our enemies. We got to be competent at using all the tools at our disposal. If you choose not to engage that way, then you have a death wish. Because you're not smart, you're not prepared, if you're not educated, and you're not doing all that you can, you're violating the oath of service that you took. And you're not doing all you can for the victims, the brothers along your side, your family at home. If you're just getting by just doesn't cut it. Not a pleasant view. If you don't engage, then you failed your obligations as a fireman. Being firemen isn't just what we do, it's absolutely who we are. We strive not only to accept that burden of service, but excel at it. So be smart, be safe, but most importantly, do your job. Keeping small fires small, that's what our job is. So my first 3 to 4 years I was on here, I was super stoked to fight the big fires, the ones that burned the building all the way down. And I was kind of bummed when we had a small fire that we just used tank water on. It wasn't until later that I appreciated the fact that when we had one of those big fires that I liked so much, it meant there was a failure in the system. And it wasn't necessarily a crew per se, but something didn't work. The fire was reported late, it was discovered late, there was a delay in our response arrival, we chose poor tactics that allowed the fire to grow. So I started to think that that wasn't necessarily the big high-fiving event that I thought it was my first few years. If every fire we had was a big fire, we'd make a lot of parking lots. And that's why would we exist at all? The district can save a lot of money if the intent was to wait until every big fire was a big fun fire and just let it burn down. Nowadays, when we show up and the fire is contained in the microwave or stove and just above the cabinets and we put it out and overhaul it with just a couple 100 gallons of water, I grin from ear to ear under my mask. Because we did what the neighbor with the green line told the garden hose, we did what he couldn't do. Whenever that happens, I want to strut out the door, throw my helmet on the ground, raise my hands in the air, and go, you see that? That's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Obviously, I repress those urges, but everyone still knows that they're they're half that.
Sometimes.
As always, I'm extremely humbled and extremely thankful to work with and be friends with such an outstanding group of people. Every day I get to come to work and work with some of the best firemen in the business. And I get to remind myself that this is the best job I've ever had. We get to do some absolutely epic stuff. All the epic heroes of myth and legend had poems and ballads written about them. And while we're not, nor will ever be heroes, I kind of thought we needed something. So we are epic firemen in every sense of the word, and we need a ballad to describe those who don't know who we are.
Can you say it?
I've melted 3 lids, I've pulled out 2 kids, and I've talked to every crazy fuck that lives under the bridge. Jumping off the rig, geared up and advancing forward, laughing at the fires, and I've drug more hose through more doors and searched more fire floors than any other hose monkey around. I'm a hard-bodied, hairy-chested, line-pulling, ladder-throwing, door-forcing, 2.5 pushing fireman. There ain't nothing I can't do.
Get it, boy.
I'll catch, stretch, throw, grab, and still be until the overhaul is done. I've learned a lot of lessons in my life. Never attacked a large GPM fire with a low GPM line. Driven a lot of trucks, type 6s, 3s, 1s, and a big motherfucker with a ladder on top that goes shh when you hit the brakes. Everything in this job is worth overdoing, and ambivalence is for cowards. So if you're feeling smoky, then you better vent, because this fireman's been there, done that, and is still preparing for more. I'm a lover, I'm a predator, I'm a goddamn Pleasant View fireman. Cheers, boys. Before we get to our stuff, we have some official business to do with Pico. And we have Pico's coming up first. Pico passed all of his probation testing today. So Chief literally just ran out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Chief disagrees with you, I guess.
All right. So
Chief doesn't care.
as is tradition,
As
we're gonna
is
do
tradition.
our oath of service.
As is tradition.
So repeat after me. Raise your right hand. We're having a moment now.
As is
I,
tradition.
Harry Spiegel, do solemnly swear
I, Harry Spiegel, do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the United States of America,
to the United States of America
and the state of Colorado,
and the state of
and
Colorado
the people of Pleasant,
and the people of Pleasant,
serving them honestly and faithfully.
serving them honestly and faithfully.
I will uphold the constitutions of the United States
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Colorado,
and the state of Colorado,
obeying all the orders of officials and officers
obeying all the orders of officials and officers
appointed over me according to the law.
appointed over me according to law.
I will obey all policies and regulations
I will obey policies and regulations
adopted by the Pleasant View Metropolitan District.
adopted by the Pleasant View Metropolitan District,
The values, ethics, and image portrayed
the values, ethics, and image portrayed
by our profession,
by our profession,
and hold my fellow firefighters and officers to those standards.
and hold my fellow firefighters and officers to the standards.
When you're my age, you have to do that.
Stand for the national anthem.
That's when you found out he had a shallow vagina.
Take a picture of us. Okay.
Or you can still do this. I'm just going to keep doing it until someone takes a picture. Can't stand it.
All right, so these are 3 new guys that we hired this year. Let's see. I have Nico Elliott. have Shane Romero. There you go.
Meh.
And Zach Solis. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so these are our new guys that we hired this year. They're 6 months on or so. Elliot, why don't you tell us something about yourself?
A little bit about me.
Boo! Sit down!
All right, Dad, you remember what it's like. Solis, why don't you go?
Alright, my name's Zach.
So I'm told
Wasting our time.
that they have prepared a skit for us this year. I really don't want to hear you guys talk. Sorry, are you ready? All right.
That's part of it.
We're gonna dance.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Is this a show?
Have you guys ever stripped before? You're not like throw some hips or something into it. Terrible. Where's Shrek when you need him? That dude can dance. That dude can dance. Right? Dave Thomas.
I've seen Dave take a shirt off.
I've seen Dave take all his clothes off.
Well, that's because they have to go poop.
I got pictures.
Move them hips, boys. I would take some iced tea if they had it.
I will grab you some.
Hey, you gonna let him just point at your wife like that? Fuck that. Fuck that. Disappointing at best.
I need to find that again. I know it's archived somewhere. Like, do you have it saved?
You don't point at my girl's wife like that.
They were making it.
Or my buddy's wife. You know what I meant.
Close enough. We're pretty much out married, you know.
Alright, so our up-year awards. We start with Trophy of the Year. So I suppose it's pretty easy to win when you're the only one that was hired last year. No, wait, you're not done.
Is that a thing? Is that?
But nevertheless, not many people start volunteering after they're full-time somewhere else. And I think that says a lot about it. He truly has a desire to better himself and all those around him, and we're absolutely lucky to have him here with us. So, Trophy of the Year 2016. There you go.
You've done enough, really.
Bardzo fajnie było z wami się wszystkich spotkać. What are you saying now?
Yeah!
It's America, Jack. You speak American. He's from Polish.
Sure.
Push this all out.
Sounds good. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Just try that. You can.
Firefighter of the year.
Not this one.
I feel like I want this one too.
So from the very first time I met him in his interview, it was easy to see how much he wanted to be a part of this department. Like all the new guys we hire now, he was a little on the young side. Oh, damn it. And he didn't have any experience, but it was easy to see that we could mold him. The passion for the craft is contagious, and it can start with the newest members and work its way back up from there. Seeing the huge, stupid smile on his face after getting some time on the nozzle reminded me of those urges that I have or had when I was younger, putting out the fire. Just not quite as restrained yet. We look forward to having him around for a long time. So your 2016 Firefighter of the Year, Dante Frascone.
Dang.
Speech.
Hey.
Speech and push-ups.
Hey, show your abs then. Let's see it. Or not, I guess. We'll move on. We'll move on. Am I that?
I love it.
But you're at the table.
This is an award that we get to give out very often. This fireman has been kind of a steady one here over all these years. One of the nicest guys that you could ever have the pleasure of being around. Excellent fireman. Doesn't really get enough credit for the time and sacrifices that he puts in on this department. So Don, why don't you come on up here, buddy? Woo! For everyone who doesn't know, Dominic had 10 years of service to Pleasant View this month.
And he picks up in there.
Good talk, Don.
Good man.
Stay strong, buddy.
All right. Engineer of the Year, and one of my favorites.
Did you quit?
No, every time.
That's 3.
I don't know. I never quit, so I don't know.
This is one of the most deserving awards we've ever handed out tonight. Other than Chief, he's the one guy who's been here longer than me. He's seen the department at its best and in its worst. There's stories about him that are now even passing the legend. The time he put out an attic fire by himself with only the brush truck, all the times for rocking out an ambulance service, and even the time that he saw truck 41. Matt Carlson. So we've talked about it a few times tonight, but for everyone that doesn't know, Maddie's retiring at the end of the year with 15 years of service to the people of Pleasant View. Maddie has been the sturdy rock and the one constant this department has had over all the growing we've done the last decade. Nobody here has ever known Pleasant View Fire Department without Matt Carlson, and we're all better for that. So for 15 years of service, Maddie.
Dang. Yeah. We're gonna miss you, bud. You deserve it.
We can change the plaque if you stay.
I truly appreciate what this department's done for me, and what all you guys have done to me, everybody that I've met and gotten to work with. I really appreciate it. It's hard to leave another family, but I've got a new one that's growing, so thank you guys. Hell yeah,
Paul, play a movie or something.